Hi guys, welcome back to Plan with Fran. If you're new here, welcome. I'm glad you found my channel. And if you're a subscriber or someone who just frequents in here to watch my videos, I appreciate you. Thank you. I think my last video that I posted, I answered all my questions and comments. And today I am going to do my July theme. And here comes Luna. No? No. I did make sure this marker matched, so I did. We are not quite in July, but I am planning ahead, and I have a crazy story. As you all know, my uncle, this is the theme I chose. Let's start with it. It is a July theme, but it is from several years ago from Vedic Chronicle. And I just loved, this is the image that caught me. I love the ladies. And everything's blooming right now, and I liked a lot of the looks of it. And I tested this marker under this light, so the marker does go well with the greens. So I'm hoping it's not like it was last month where the marker pulled a lot of purple. So I'm just going to lay these as I tell you this crazy story that I kind of remembered, but then was told a lot when my uncle was here. So, just gonna get started. Oh, I took my divider out, so I gotta get to July here. Okay, here we go. All right, so my uncle was here, of course, and yep. I gotta let Luna in here. I'm telling you guys, I just filmed 2 videos and here she is. Come on. The people are waiting for your presents. All right, go over to the bed. Go on. Come on. There we go. Oh my gosh, these animals, you guys, seriously. Oh my God. Okay. I'm back. I know, you guys, every video I have to let Luna in. And I try to get her in here before I start, and she looks at me like, no. And yet here we are. So, when my uncle was here last week, I heard him and my mom, them talking is just hilarious anyway. But I heard them talking in the town my daughter lives in. There was a child that sadly, an autistic little boy at daycare who died. I'm not going to go into all the details. He died during his nap, which was later found out that he was actually held down and had a weighted blanket on him. And the mother came and they were like, oh, he's still over there sleeping, which she found kind of odd, I guess, that he was still sleeping. Okay, this goes into August. So when she went over there to wake him, he was gone. So my mom brought that up, or my uncle actually brought it up. He was like, that's not the daycare that Brinley goes to, is it? And my mom said, oh, I don't know. And she had me come in the room. I kind of got in there quick because I knew the conversation was going haywire. And I said, no, it is not the daycare that Brinley went to. And he was like, okay. And he looks at my mom and goes, you remember that time that teacher tried to kill Francine? And Mom's like, I do. And I'm like halfway down the hall, and immediately, like Mr. Deeds in the Adam Sandler, I'm like right back in the room. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I did remember bits of this when they were telling me this story, but when I was in 2nd grade, I'm just going to lay these stickers. When I was in 2nd grade, I remember coming home and my mom being really mad and asking me what happened. Oh, I don't know what I want to use. What happened to my lips? And I remember that. I remember, I need something small. I remember going up to her and my dad, driving, no, driving me to school the next day. I remember sitting outside of the principal's office with my mom and dad in there. And I don't remember a whole lot. Well, I got the blanks filled in. So, apparently when I was in second grade, I was, of course, diagnosed with hyperactivity. And there was a teacher, Mrs. Clark. I do remember her name. She, I'm sure, had told me to be quiet many times in class, and I'm sure I wasn't. That I'm just going by, I'm sure that's what happened. I don't remember any of this part of the story, but this was through people that I guess went to the office about this. So apparently, Mrs. Clark, I remember she had flaming red hair, really, really red hair. She apparently took me to the restroom, and a teacher's aide noticed that she had wet those brown paper towels, those cardboardy brown paper towels, and wet two of them, rolled them, wrung them out, rolled them up in a ball, I guess, and left the bathroom with me. Okay, so a few minutes later, I'm assuming, I think I'm going to leave that like that for now. A few minutes later, I'm assuming, the assistant principal was coming up the hall and found me sat in a chair right outside of Mrs. Clark's room with my mouth duct taped. He panicked. He apparently, and this is what I'm hearing from my mom's account and my uncle's, because my grandmother found out about it, my whole family, I'm sure. He ripped the duct tape off my mouth, which I'm in second grade. I probably had dry lips and, all the things. And inside of my mouth was those wadded up brown paper towels. He rushed me to the nurse, and my mother was never contacted about this. So when I walked to school then, I don't remember any of that, but I do remember getting home. My mom was always waiting and watching up from the end of our driveway. She would wait and watch me come up the road. There was a sidewalk with grass, so she would always wave and wait for me. When I got home, and I guess got in the house and turned to her, I remember her freaking out about my lips. What happened to your mouth? And I told her that Mrs. Clark had taped my mouth. And I said because I talked too much and I was in trouble. Because being a second grader, I guess I thought, I did it. It's my fault, blah, blah, blah. Not realizing that should never. I just said she taped my mouth. I didn't know, I guess, the significance. Oh no, I gotta print some. How many do I need to print? 2. Oh, because in August I add school back in. I will have to do. I almost put a sticker right there. I would have been. So, I do remember my dad coming home from work, and he was livid. I remember him being mad, not at me, but it was kind of scared me. Because he was really mad, and he was hollering, and he was dropping a lot of words that, what the F, and called the teacher some choice names. And so anyway, I do remember the next day, my mom and dad took me to school, and I remember sitting outside of the principal's office. My mom was in there. My dad was in there. The teacher's aide, I guess, that saw what happened in the what happened in the bathroom was in there. The paper towels being wrung out, and then the assistant principal was in there, whom found me and did all this, ripped the tape off, which he apologized to me for. I remember that. I was like, "You don't have to say you're sorry," and he was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your mouth like that, taking it off. I had to get it off of you." And I was like, I remember crying and telling him it wasn't his fault and it was okay. So, anyway, I remember going to the doctor and having, I guess my mom had me checked out or whatever. And I was fine. And, I remember I wasn't in school for about a week. I didn't go back to school. And I went back. When I went back, my mother and father took me. And I went in same class, same students, different teacher. I had a new teacher, and she was so nice. I never forget, her name was Mrs. McCracken, and she looked like Linda Carter, the original Wonder Woman. She was dark, long hair. She was beautiful. She was so kind. She was the sweetest woman. She was my teacher for the rest of second grade. And my mom said, I said, "Yeah, I remember that. I had a new teacher, Miss McCracken." And I said, "She was really nice." And Mom goes, "She was." She goes, "She was awesome with you." And I said, "But I don't know what happened to Mrs. Clark." Well, Mrs. Clark got fired and had charges brought up against her. I didn't know any of that. Like, my mom and dad had to, I guess, talk in front of a judge. I don't remember any of that. I don't know. I think I asked Mom, "Well, what happened?" And she's like, "She got fired." I'm like, "Well, I'm sure she did, but could she still teach?" And she's like, "Fran, I don't know. I really don't know. I can't remember." And I tried to look it up, but, it's I'm old. I mean, this teacher probably isn't even still around. I don't know. But, yeah. So then my uncle was like, "She could have killed you." And I said, "Oh, I watch true crime. I know." He's like, "You could have been asphyxiated with those wet paper towels taped in your mouth. Had that teacher's aide not came along or not the teacher's aide, the assistant principal came along and pulled those. And I was like, "Yeah, I totally get what you're saying." Like, the teacher's aide, I believe, because I said, "Well, how did they even know that this teacher's aide saw all this in the bathroom?" Well, apparently there was like a announcement that if you knew anything about this, or if you saw me sat in the hall, and this teacher's aide came forward and was like, "Oh my gosh, that's what the paper towels in the bathroom were for. She had that little girl with all the blonde curly hair." And because, that's how I've been known my whole life. I'll say, "How do you remember me?" "Your hair." "Okay." So, I think I'm stopping there with this. So, yeah, this teacher tried to kill me. And it's so crazy that I don't remember a lot of it. But then when they were talking about it, I'm like, "Oh, I remember. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that." I remember my lips, for a little while after that. I remember my lips. You ever seen little kids when their lips are really dry? And some adults where they peel their lips, the skin. I remember doing that in class. And I would tell, Miss McCracken would say to me, the new teacher, "Do you need to go to the nurse's office? Why don't you go to the nurse's office and have her put a cold compress on or a wet paper towel?" And then she'd go, "No wet paper towel." But I didn't cue in. Now I do. But yeah. Can you imagine? And I don't even remember like the majority of it. Some of the little stuff came back to me, but I mean, I was in second grade. I don't know how many people can honestly say they remember specifics about second grade. Do I want to put something little here? I think I do. I don't know. Maybe up here? Or it just looks... Maybe because I did so much, and I'll just put that. Maybe because I did so much over here that this looks spare to me. But I do like this better. I don't like that strip. The weekends, like I said, I'm not worried about. I do like these ladies. Do I want a little something? There's a lot of little tinies on this one, so I could put a little leaf. I had this out and then oh, good. And the green does look okay. So, thank goodness, because June drove me a little batty. I got to put a tracker sticker there. I'll have to print that. Maybe I'll put... I have these brown hearts. I don't know what I'm doing. Now I'm just screwing with it. But yeah, so my mom got a teacher fired. She's a badass. I remember thinking I was in trouble, though, when they were in the principal's office, because I remember I was sitting outside the principal's office and they were all hollering. And I remember my dad really hollering. And I do specifically remember your office receptionist that sat in the office by the principal's office. I remember her telling me, "It's okay. Do you want something to drink?" Like, I guess she could tell by my face. I was like, oh, what have I done? But it wasn't my fault. But yeah, so Bristol heard the story because she came and sat in there while they were telling me the story. And she was like, oh, she was just like, oh my gosh, you could have, what would you have done if that were me? I'm like, I'd probably be serving time right now. Pretty much. I'd be serving some serious time. But yeah, it's amazing what people think they can do to other people's children. And yes, I talk too much. You guys know. You actually tune in to hear this bull. But yeah, so, yeah, teacher tried to kill me. Thankful to be alive. She lost her job over it. I wonder if she lost, her teaching degree. That's what I wonder. Could she not teach anyplace else? It wasn't in Missouri. We didn't live here then. We were in Illinois. So it's I wonder if she couldn't. I don't know if they can actually take someone's teaching license. I guess they can, because some of those ladies you see that have gotten in trouble for, messing with their young students, they strip their teacher's license. So I don't know. And my mom didn't know what her first name was. I'm like, what was her first name? She's like, I don't even know. Because I never actually even got a progress report or report card with her name on it, because Mrs. McCracken had already taken over. So I looked back on my second grade report cards, or progress reports, or whatever they call them. And they're all Miss McCracken. And of course, they didn't give out their first names. But she was like Wonder Woman. She was really pretty. And in the yearbook I looked too, and they didn't have first names, probably for protection. Now I imagine students can find a teacher real easy if they want, just by the internet, which is that's kind of sketchy. I think I'm going to put another heart, because I tore peeled an Elena sticker off of there, and I can see residue from it right there. So put a little sideways heart. I'll probably have a ton of stuff that week. Well, this is where I put the temps, so I can do a little bit there. So that is July. I am going to, so here we go. The green matches up way better than this. It kind of did, but I was going for this light blue, and I don't know. It did not work. So, I like this. There's July. It looks lovely. Oh, you know what? Yeah. I just thought of something, but I need to write in here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to write that down, because I'm going to stop filming and then I'm going to forget. Luna follow-up. Alright. And then we I have to do on my phone memo 2, did I say? Yeah. 1, 2. Probably could do for August 3, 4. Because school will go back in here, and I add school back into this. Oh my goodness. I'll add school back in. I have a cleaning tracker in my cart on Etsy, but I just don't know if I want it. And I am going to film a deco card. I am going to make a deco card, and I'm going to film it. I'm probably going to make two. I'm going to make a themed one for summer, and then I'm going to make a random. I am still in June. Oh, come back to me. We're still in June. We still have a week, so I'm just going to put, I'm going to put July behind it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to trim. I have to trim the edges of this, which after these come out, I just pitch them because they're 2025 and I'll just print more in 2026. But so if the laminate, because I laminate them, if it lifts a little because I'm cutting a little too close, I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me. I don't know why this isn't. All right. It should fit now. Maybe. Yeah, I'm just going to put it behind June. I'm going to let it stick up a little bit though, so I know that I already have July in here. And I will look. I'll look for 4 hours for it if I don't see that it's already in there. My inbox for July, I need to cut down because I'm not using it. I might put it in the rings. I have stuff to add. The no spend I'm really doing in finance, but I'm not keeping up with it like I did just the dots. So I may go back to using this for July because I don't find myself flipping back here like I should. I did put my bills on here. I took my monthlies out and I did put my bills on here instead of 12 months, and then I take the month out and move these over. It's just all right here. I need to write my amounts and stuff, and if it's a subscription or TV or like Kindle's personal, things like that. So I want to do a little code, category code. So that is July's setup, you guys. And I am happy with it. I think it looks really good. My dog is snoring. I'm sorry. I am liking the theming. I really am. I'm enjoying it, and I'm using up some of these stickers. I do have some left, which I'm transferring in a folder that's for my junk journaling. And I'm like, I'm going to use these stickers up no matter what. So I plan on doing this theme throughout the rest of this year, and then I'll see how I feel about it for 2026. But for now, I'm enjoying it. I like the way it looks. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you like the theme. I think one month I'm going to lay out like 3 choices and let you guys pick the theme. I think that'd be fun. Let you guys pick the theme. I could pull a couple Tombos and do a swatch and let you guys pick the pick the Tombow color you want to see with it. But yeah, you guys, it is amazing that we are already in July. It seems like we were literally just all figuring out what we're going to do for 2025. And now we are in the 7th month almost. That's all we have left. Well, I don't know if it's coming up backwards for you guys. That's all we have left. That's it. It's crazy. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I apologize for Rocco being so exhausted because, you know, he's got so many jobs and he obviously needs a CPAP machine. All right, guys, I will catch you next time. I'm going to be making a few deco cards, so that'll be fun. And I have like 4 videos that are going to be uploading, kind of spread out, but this might be closer to July since we still got a few days left in June. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks, guys. If you like this kind of video, like this video and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, I answer every single one ASAP. Thanks, guys. Bye.